everyone knows in the United States, you dial 911 in the event of an emergency. You need assistance from fire, police, medical, etc. However, the National Suicide Hotline, their number is now 988. That's 988. In the event that you are experiencing mental issues or need someone to talk to, that's the number you call. And we figured that that information was important enough to start this episode off with. Hello, you're listening to Good Brews, Bad Views, the podcast that asks if great beer makes bad movies any better. I'm your host, who's been doing this podcast for as long as this movie was in development, Max Nestorowicz. And as always, I'm joined by my co-hosts, who are both being held against their will, Ryan Everhart.
Hello.
And James Thorpe.
Hello.
Oh, the excitement.
I know, yeah. We haven't done this in a while.
Save some for the recording, guys.
So today on Good Brews, Bad Views, we have another patron-voted episode. The winner of the poll was The New Mutants, amongst a poll of blockbuster blunders, was that, I believe, is what I had called it.
What were the other ones on that list? I forget.
Good
talk.
One of the newest Terminator movie, and
so that would have been Dark Fate, I guess.
Yeah, Dark Fate, and I cannot remember the other one.
All right, cool.
So,
yeah,
whatever.
Not worth it.
But, movies that, were in development for a long time and came out and kind of just belly flopped. So how this podcast is going to work is you're going to be watching New Mutants today. We'll be drinking some great beer alongside of it and recording a commentary track where we talk about what we like, what we don't like, the weird choices this movie makes, and just what the hell is going on in this 13th X-Men film, because that's how many of them there have been at this point.
That is a lot.
I will posit that this is the most unique of the X-Men film.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you that. Yeah, I mean, we will get into that.
Yes.
So the podcast is designed to be listened to alongside watching the movie. But in the event that you're just here for the audio experience, we're doing our best to narrate what is happening on screen. Ryan, why don't you tell the folks at home where they can tune their sets?
Wookie smoky. So we are currently on Amazon Prime once again, but a quick side note, if you do not have the time nor patience to listen to today's entire recording, please check this episode's description for the timestamp you can jump to catch our wrap-up thoughts on the film, on the beer, and any other stupid nonsense we come up with along the way, which depending on the beers, that might go up or down. Who knows? Right. How drunk do we get? But anyway, yeah, we're on Amazon Prime. We are 21 seconds into our stream. The 20th Century Fox Studios logo fanfare has just ended, and in frame has just begun to fade. Again, 21 seconds in. So if you're watching along at home, press play now.
That was something I noticed when we started. There's no Fox in the logo anymore.
Yeah,
there is not,
century.
because the X-Men movies, as the rights were purchased, the X-Men rights were purchased by Marvel, I believe, midway through the development of this movie, don't say Fox anymore.
Yeah.
Yep, they say 20th Century
Studios. Yep. So we got some weird, edgy fonts,
We got some snow against a black background with a young woman doing a voiceover. Inside you, there are two bears. One good, one bad. Good bear, bad bear.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I was just telling Kayla, did you guys see the story this week? Some lady out camping somewhere. Like a bear wandered into her sight, and she was like, go away, bear. Go away. And she scared it off. And then she was like, oh, shit, bears. And put all of her stuff high up in a tree because, that's what you're supposed to do with your food, right? And then the bear came back and snapped her neck and stomped on her to death.
What?
Yes.
That story did not go how I thought it was going to.
Yep. Anyway, after that nugget.
Yep. So we got some shaky cam following Danny Moonstar and her father as something bear-like is attacking their trailer.
And the whole town.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
It's snowy.
Chaos, flaming cars hurling through the air.
I like the choice to make this a snowy scene as well as night.
I do too, yeah. So her dad's saying, I have to go help, And, he's a good guy, so he's going to go help, but you got to stay here, daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So she's huddled up next to a tree. Some pretty scary sounds. Big, deep growling in the distance.
And then
her dad's body just flops in front of her.
Yep.
And she runs.
Yep.
So far away. Oh, she bites it because, of course. Oof. She hit her head on a rock, or did I imagine that?
Possibly. It would make sense with what's about to happen.
Yep.
So the camera looking down at the ground, zooming in on her.
With the weird dramatic eye opening. And now we see Danny Moonstar is in a hospital of some sort. Who, notably, character of Danny is played by Blue Hunt, who is a Lakota Native American actress.
Excellent.
Yep.
The hospital we're in is austere.
Yes.
Like leaning towards an old insane asylum look, but clearly not like underfunded.
Right. It's not
the hospital.
It's not the hospital from One Flew Over Cuckoo's Nest.
No.
But it very much does give you that,
it gives you
that
the feel
vibe.
Yeah, it gives you the feel of a state mental institution.
Mm-hmm.
Even the bed. Like, the bed isn't broken, but the bed is...
Yeah, it's on wheels.
It's on wheels. It's clean looking, but it still has
still
like
kind of oppressive.
An oppressive aesthetic to it, yeah.
And I think the color choice really adds to that. The dark blue and then that, like, reddish orange tile.
Yep.
It's a very muted palette for a superhero film in 2020 when this movie came out. So,
all right, so she's Danny has drug her bed. She's outside of it. She drug it to the door and has been met by a doctor.
Yep. That's Alice Braga. You may recognize her from I Am Legend and City of God, or I like to call it Portuguese Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. It's a good description of that movie.
Yep, so the doors are voice activated, so clearly there's some high tech around here. This all seems pretty normal.
Even the restraint has like a flashing light that's digitized in it.
But it's very subtle and it's
subtle,
high-techness.
I like the overall look of the institution that they're in.
Mm-hmm. So as we're doing this kind of exposition here, let's talk about what we're drinking today. So Good Brews, Bad Views was recently in Milwaukee, so we loaded up a trunk full of beer and brought it home. So today we are drinking from New Glarus Brewing Company the Strawberry Rhubarb, which even in Milwaukee, this beer is hard to come by. Like, this is one of the few like regional New Glarus stuff that people are like, buy it when you see it.
Gotcha.
So that's why I bought a 4-pack of it.
It's delicious.
Yes, damn good.
So the doctor is telling Danny that an F5 tornado landed at her reservation and killed everyone but her. And Danny is very sus of this.
You see the security camera watching them. And, it's got statistics. It's analyzing, doing science.
Yep.
She's got Danny has a bit of survivor's guilt here. Oh, yep. Survivor's guilt. Yep.
Ryan, did you write the script? I mean, they went through so many rewrites. You could have.
It's a shame. I feel like there was a decent movie under here.
Yeah.
That's just the...
So I like to think of this movie as a blend of Breakfast Club and Silent Hill.
Interesting.
Which we'll get into that.
Yeah,
but
so we've got the typical trajectory here of the teen and adolescent being like, I'm angry at stuff, and then the rest of the people in the story being like, but you're special, probably powers and stuff. It's kind of, I mean, we all see it coming.
Yeah. So thinking about like other X-Men movies, this is one of the few that have a predominantly younger cast.
Yes.
Even like First Class, like there are some younger characters, but they're not like they're ancillary to the plot. I feel like.
Yeah.
Or they're always, or even in like, most of the movies, there's younger characters, but they are either like the MacGuffin, or there to fill the scene.
Yeah, they're fluff.
Yeah.
Ancillary was the best word. Yeah. Oh, so she's got a bear necklace on.
Yep.
Will come into play. Maybe. Spoilers. So we learn that there are other teens here. It's not just her.
And they are all mutants.
She's taking this really well.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yep. So this is sort of a mutant halfway house.
Yes.
There are people who kind of need some looking after while they're figuring out teen stuff and mutant stuff and mutant teen stuff.
Yes.
Because indeed, the teen stuff often leads to the mutant stuff. Right?
And being a teen is hard enough without the mutant stuff.
So Danny's kind of in disbelief that she's the last one. Which is something I thought there was going to be, like, potentially a lone survivor, like someone else. So not a lone survivor, but someone that might be able to contradict the tornado story. But no.
I mean, this is as we'll see over the next 90 minutes. This is a nice tight 90 of a movie. This is a very small cast.
Yes, it is. I was very surprised when I started watching. I was like, oh, this is the cast.
Yeah, in this room. Yeah.
Yep, right here.
Not even like some like nameless goons either. Well, there's some apparitions, but
Right.
No nameless goons.
Yep.
So here we have like a bunch of faces you recognize.
Yeah.
Maisie Williams,
Yep.
Charlie Heaton, aka John Byers.
Yep.
Anya Taylor-Joy
Yep.
of The Witch and
Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit and
Northman.
and Last Night in Soho and just
Everywhere right now.
everywhere right now.
Yep.
And Henry Zaga, who has been in a number of things, mostly TV series, but like his face looks familiar.
Yeah, but I mean, you have you have Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, and the
hottest
young
one of the biggest actresses under the age of 30.
Yeah.
Oh,
So.
Last Night in Soho.
Yeah.
All right, so they're all sitting in a circle here. They're doing a group therapy type session. Everybody's uncomfortable.
Now, Ryan, you just got back from Scotland. Is this how people sound over there?
Pretty close. Depends. I mean, there's a lot of variation in the dialects, but yeah.
Yep.
So
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no problem. Maisie Williams is recalling running through the woods. She's felt guilty about something.
So we quickly find out that everyone in this group has been traumatized in some way or another, which will be slowly revealed over the course of the movies. But that's the sort of the common link between all of them.
Yes.
So.
Yep. So she was Maisie's character was beaten, accused of being a witch.
Better than Craig.
So Anya Taylor-Joy's character is a bit prickly, let's say.
Standoffish. Yeah.
I honestly don't like her accent. I think it's
Her fake Russian accent.
Yeah, I think it's pretty silly. It's moose and squirrel.
Yeah.
It's the subtlety between good and bad Russian accent is
It's
pretty
very thin line.
Very thin line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she does it much better in The Northman. It's not so moose and squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's actually Polish or no? She's Slavic.
Yes, Slavic. Yes,
Slavic of
yeah.
some type. Yeah.
Some kind of Muscovite or whatever.
Yep.
And Anya Taylor-Joy's character has a pterodactyl hand puppet.
Yeah.
That she's talking to. I hate her too, she says to the puppet of Danny.
But she's kind of got like the bad girl look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So Anya Taylor-Joy has to give a quick tour.
Yep.
Very ominous statue out front.
Yep.
So we learn here that Danny is a Cheyenne Indian. in response to Anya Taylor-Joy just being rude.
Mm-hmm. And slash racist.
Yes.
But, you know.
Yeah. No one will know that it was one of the kids here that does this.
On the compound that's covered in security cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah. With 5 people in it.
Yeah, interestingly, the gates aren't shut.
Yep.
Yep, they don't even have a fence.
Nope.
No one kneels like that.
I mean, if you're getting your high school pictures taken, maybe.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
on a railroad. Yeah. All right, so Danny has just taken off running.
Yep. And
You
suddenly
see
there's a wolf.
A wolf running by. And Anya Taylor-Joy is saying, faster, faster.
Bonk.
Bonk. Yeah.
Yep.
Energy bonk.
Yeah.
There's some sort of force field.
And she runs into a force field, but not the ATV Off-Road Fury force field, because otherwise she would have
No,
been
it's
hurled
the cabin in the woods wall.
Yeah, 200
Yes.
miles an hour in the opposite direction. Oh, yeah, the cabin in the woods, like hexadomes.
Yeah. Everyone knows you need to approach it via motorcycle.
That's such a great movie, and that particular scene is so
It is,
great because
yeah.
by that point the audience has forgotten about the force field.
Yep.
Yeah. Because so much else has happened.
This isn't a hospital, Pocahontas. Bitch.
Looks like she just used her psychic powers from the upside down.
She's got a bloody nose.
Yeah.
And Anya Taylor-Joy just teleports as Danny charges her. So you think at this point for Anya's character, you're like, oh, she can teleport. Okay, that's kind of neat.
Nope.
Yep.
It's more than that. And I don't know if this ties back to any actual mutants from the comics.
It does.
In the early 80s, Chris Claremont, who wrote the X-Men for 17 years, put out a graphic novel called The New Mutants that had a lot of these characters in it. Now, this is a pretty big departure from like that story, but a lot of the character backgrounds are in line, kind of.
The backgrounds and the abilities?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going. So now we're up at the big old clock tower face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that.
I like the shot of her just kicking the clock
Screw
tower
you,
face
time.
out. Yeah.
Yep. Time just keeps on kicking. Into
Yeah,
the
she's anti-clock.
courtyard.
Yep.
Very anti-clock.
Man's folly! Inventing time!
I keep cutting to the wolf.
Mm-hmm. So Danny is kicked through the wooden clock face. She's out on a ledge. It's very high up.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, so combined with Jurassic Park 3 from earlier this month, this is like trauma month on Good Brews, Bad Views.
It is, yeah.
Oh, so Danny's scooting along the ledge. Just looking down. Then Maisie Williams pops out. She's
Like,
hey,
hey.
what you doing?
Yeah.
Contemplating suicide,
Yep.
like the teens do or whatever.
Mhm. So Danny's saying, yeah, the fall from here would kill me instantly. They're having a moment, yeah. They
Yep.
both hate it here, but Maisie, if Maisie's going to get out, she's not getting out like this. And Maisie mentions that, from where she's from, they believe that if you kill yourself, you go to hell.
Yep. Yep.
So did we say what this beer was, or did we
Strawberry
just say the New
rhubarb,
Glarus?
that's-
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't remember if we actually said, but yeah, strawberry.
What are you guys thinking of this?
Oh, it's lovely. Very. I mean, you get those things. You get strawberry. You get rhubarb. It's great. It's not overly saccharine or anything. It's
Nope.
Nice.
Nicely tart,
Mm.
like you're having a piece of pie.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Good strawberry rhubarb. Tough to beat.
Mm-hmm.
And Rain, Maisie Williams' character, talks Danny into Coming back inside.
Literally off the edge.
Yes.
Yep, she's got sad girl sweater sleeves.
Yeah. Accurate. Yep. Oh, so they kind of fall in
We're hugging on the floor.
in each other's embrace here on the floor. I refuse to believe that you didn't know where I was.
Yep. Something I'm just noticing now is like the grounds are like not kept.
Yeah.
Like there's weeds and everything's all overgrown and stuff.
So the kid from Stranger Things
Yep.
hooked himself up to like a big chain leash or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just vibrated, glowed purple, and now he just took off like a firework.
Yep.
But because he's tied down, he's just going in circles.
Yep.
No.
Yeah. So he's like, why is he going around in the circle? And he's like, I don't know.
Which explained, like, you saw him earlier and he was all beat up.
Yeah, broken wrist or whatever.
Yep.
So we're learning here that Roberto comes from one of the richest families in Brazil.
Yep.
And he's doing the dishes in the calf right now.
Yep.
Which, all told, shouldn't be too bad with only, 5 people?
Yeah. They're just trays, not even plates.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, but Sunspot's there because he tried to beat up Bolsonaro and sicked an emu on him, and they had to get him out of the country.
Go, emu, go. So, Danny and Rain are in Danny's room. Just trying to figure out why is she always watching us. Is Macy Williams actually Scottish or anyone know?
I don't know.
Do I care enough to look it up? Probably. not.
Probably, yes. Yeah.
I don't. I feel like there's some heartfelt actual like those two characters are
Yes,
spending
they
time
bonding is
together. There's a
believable.
bond is real.
Yes, they
yeah.
have good on-screen chemistry.
Yeah, they do.
Which you can't say that for all the characters in this movie, but
Correct. Biometric scanning. Enhance! So we're getting a cycle through a handful of cameras right now.
Yep.
Again, they've got the overlay of information of all the people.
So Roberto's apparently so rich that he just throws away his clothes when they're dirty, which
Is interesting.
that's yep.
So, knowing that guy's power and that he was working in the mines,
Mhm.
you can imagine what awful thing happened that caused him to
Yeah,
get put into the.
yeah. So Danny's having some nightmares, and like the night scanner's like, "Uh-oh, she's got psychic powers." Which, like, when it comes to X-Men stuff, like, it's always the psychic ones that are the problems.
It is.
So the dude from Stranger Things, Charlie Heaton, he's got a pretty believable Southern accent in this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And again, even right there, the two characters interacting with each other, you can tell that like there's like a good natured like
yeah,
like jokey bond
yeah,
between
good,
the two
yeah,
of them.
ribbing,
Yeah.
ribbing each other. So I think this is maybe one of the first like actual moments where the movie dips its toe into being horror,
Yeah.
horror-ish.
Suspenseful, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. That was the intent of the for the director was to make a horror trilogy
Oh
of
yeah.
X-Men films. He actually had the plot line written out for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to have seen that, honestly. Because spoilers for the wrap up, but I honestly wanted more in this movie. Actually, usually we want less, but I wanted more from this.
So Sam has touched where the psychic stuff was coming from and is now back in the mines.
Mm-hmm. With this nicely lit tunnel where the only really illumination is from the miners' helmets.
Yeah.
So it's all silhouettes.
It's a great shot.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And suddenly,
People all start turning and looking at him.
Yeah.
You can't see any of their faces.
Yeah.
It's a really, really cool shot.
It's something you would expect to see from My Bloody Valentine, the recent remake.
Yeah. It's just the lights are all on him.
There's one guy that hasn't paid attention to him yet, still hacking away.
It looks like he's like mining at a flesh wall.
And unnamed miner turns back. It's his dad. It's his father.
He's got like
He's
blood
bloody.
flowing from his face.
Yeah.
Just says, Samuel, what did you do?
So the washer explodes then.
Yep.
And he
Gets propelled
reacts.
back.
Yeah.
Yep.
So his power sends him back in addition to that thing exploding, right?
Yeah, it's hard to say if like he's what caused it to explode or
because it was definitely that purple blast.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think
He probably caused it to
It
explode.
was just a response there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the cameras are like, do more science on this one.
Yep. And even so it's interesting, even the weird aesthetic that they have right there, right? Like there's all this hyper crazy technology everywhere, but she's looking at everything through CRT TVs that somehow have like 4K resolution on them.
Yeah. So we see that Rain has been branded with a W.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, on the back of her right shoulder.
Yeah.
So we're in the shower now.
No cameras, but possibly mics in the shower.
Yeah.
It is a movies high school shower.
Yeah.
So there's no privacy at all.
Mm-hmm.
So Danny mistakes the brand as body art.
Yeah.
Which I feel like this is a very like blockheaded way of like asking about it, considering that like just yesterday she was like, oh yeah, I was accused of being a witch by a priest and beat by the townsfolk.
I'll give her a pass because I mean shit's been crazy for her the past couple days.
She probably wasn't listening very well.
Probably.
But I agree, Max. I get
Yeah.
your point.
I also took it a little bit of like they're supposed to be young still at this point too. Like so they haven't quite learned all their social
social cues.
Yeah.
Charlie Heaton's
Being angry teen boy in the mirror.
I'm kicking my ass.
Yes. Liar. Cut to a yoga scene after he's punching himself in the face, which is I like that cut. I will admit that I like that cut.
Give me every kind of chair you have for this one rotation scene.
Yes.
Chairs. So the camera is positioned at the center of the group as they all sit and meditate. Well,
Like that
everyone.
70s show.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Ilya is not participating.
Yeah. I think from that one go around you get a good like here's everyone's personality.
Yep.
So
That's
here
Buffy,
we have
right?
yep, that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which like that's kind of telling for what's going to happen later.
Yeah, a little
but,
bit of foreshadowing.
Yeah, part of me is like, do kids still watch Buffy?
No.
Yeah. I know people who grew up watching Buffy probably still watch Buffy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do you want a buffalo wing? You people probably love buffalo, or your people, or something like that. Anya's just kind of a bitch at this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Danny's pushing back against Ilyana.
Yep.
Why don't you show us on the puppet where your daddy touched you? That's a shitty thing to say.
Yeah.
So Anya's shoving Danny. It's getting pretty physical.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we can see Ilyana can make like an armor arm with a magic sword.
Giant blue flame sword.
Yep.
Yep.
And Dr. Reyes can make force fields, which explains why they can't go anywhere.
Yes. So I wasn't exactly sure who she was until the sword popped, and I was like, "Oh, she's magic."
Yeah, it's magic.
It's magic. Yep.
Colossus' sister.
Yep.
Yep.
And Rain was trying to defend Danny there, rightfully.
Yeah.
So they're going to timeout, like Solitude. Is that what's happening?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is like high school punishment. It's like, all right, you both were fighting, so you're both suspended, even though one of you was clearly the aggressor.
Yeah.
Well, the computer says Danny's numbers are scary.
What's the scanner say about her power level?
Yeah.
Overnight, that's hot.
So we see Ilyana talking to her puppet about the smiling men.
Yes.
Lockheed, the puppet Lockheed.
Yep.
So now we're in a flashback for Ilyana.
Yep.
Obviously Russia.
Yes.
These motherfuckers are creepy.
They're awful. Yep. So we got a very like Slender Man like appearance, but he had a smiling mask on.
Yeah.
Like a face covering.
Yeah, almost like an emoji. Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but white.
Yeah. Snowing in Danny's room. Or is she dreaming?
Yeah, that's a little transition. I like how this movie does its little dream sequences.
Yeah, I do too.
Anomaly detected in room 7.
Wish I could make security cameras tweak out.
So,
it is blood snow that's coming down, it seems like.
Yeah, Slayer went back and redid Raining Blood to Raining Blood Snow.
Yes.
it's on their Christmas album.
Yep.
Snowing blood.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
And this all fits, like, because the director was purposely trying to do like a Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors kind of thing.
Yeah, okay,
with
that
this
makes
movie.
sense. Because
Yes.
that does take place in a mental institution.
Yep.
And she is covered in blood.
Yes.
Girl, you got red on you.
Yeah.
That's a good how do I say it? Puberty metaphor. There we go. Yeah.
Yep.
So the computers are very interested in Danny right now. Her psionic information is impressive.
Yeah, so you're not sure they're getting instructions. So is that a analyzed sequence of just like AI or like
Or
an
someone
algorithm,
seeing it
or
and
is
be
someone
like,
seeing it
"Mhm."
and being
Yeah.
from the outside?
So Dr. Race is giving an analogy here why baby rattlesnakes are more dangerous than adult ones, because baby rattlesnakes can't control how much venom they use.
Mm-hmm.
And she also talks about mutants that we call heroes. So this is set in one of the mutant universes that exist.
Well, they make references to the X-Men being around, but they don't like clearly state, by name. But they kind of just like hint at whatever the hell's going. Hint at the greater community.
Yeah.
At large.
Yeah, because when this first popped, I was like, "Oh, are we in the like post the mutant reaction phase where they just put all mutants into like cells or whatever?" But that is not per se what's going on here.
Yeah, because I like the background of like the New Mutants comics is it's Charles Xavier does gather them up to like I'm putting together a team kind of thing.
Yeah.
And this movie takes it in a different direction.
So the doctor mentions a place for gifted mutants, and maybe you could go there when we're done.
Which, again, like, that makes you think, like,
Implies,
oh,
yeah.
yeah, you're going to go to the Xavier
Yeah.
mansion. Because you're not blowing people up with death bears.
Yeah.
Death bears!
Death bear, the dream that mauls people.
Good. So Rain is at church. She's in the confessional booth here.
Yeah.
She is confessing.
Mm-hmm. Just from like a content stuff, like this movie like touches on a couple things that would have gotten it an R rating if it came out a decade or 15
Yeah.
years prior.
'Cause
Yeah.
doesn't Rain talk about masturbation?
She,
in
yeah,
this
would have
scene?
just
did.
confessed to masturbating in the
Yep.
confessional, and then they never explain who the smiling men are, but it's easy to see what they are when we get a better view of them.
Yep.
So Rain in the booth hears someone whisper "witch" and then starts screaming.
Yep.
That's a really intense scene. I
It
like
is.
Yeah.
that. Doors rattling and a male voice screaming about a witch.
Yep. And then he'll flay her flesh from her bones.
Yeah.
And Rain is very traumatized by that.
And it does not look herself
No.
when Danny's like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? I was in the neighborhood, thought I'd come by and see how you're doing."
Yeah.
Uh-oh, the big kids are going to do something. And Charlie Heaton is the one's like, nah, let them come.
Yeah.
Let the
There's-
younglings come
A
along.
secret little clubhouse, which I like this set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job dressing this attic set.
Yep. She has no idea addicts exist.
Yeah. So Ileana's like, let's have fun. Let's play a lie detector game.
The KGB do it at home kit.
Right.
Yes.
The greatest present a Russian child could ask for.
So we've got fucking pretty boy in the chair first.
Yep. Roberto. Yep. So they ask him like, "How many girls you been with?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, of course I've been with. I know women." And he's like, "No," he's lying.
I've had my face covered in bags of sand.
Still lying.
Still lying.
So he offered up the number 3.
So says he gets too hot. Who's the only person we don't know what he does at
Yep.
this point.
Yeah. Because they're thinking like, why haven't you been with way more
Yeah.
Yeah.
partners?
We're not sure what we are.
Sexual partners.
We are kind of not sure what Rain does at this point too.
Yeah. Haven't been told for sure, but
Yeah.
So Charlie Heaton's sitting in the chair now. He's in the lie detector. He's got just a chunk of coal in his hand. It
Yeah.
seems.
yeah. So coal from the mine where his father worked.
Hmm. All right. So Ileana's itching to get the new girl in the lie detector. Oh.
So it's like, I don't need she doesn't need the machine to tell if she's lying, but just ask her what's her power, and she's like, I don't know. So,
Mhm. The lady with the fucking purple sock puppet wants to know about the quote stupid bear necklace.
yep.
She's just mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. She a mean bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting the backstory on the necklace. When Danny was little, she was very afraid of the dark.
It's it's the sharing circle from earlier, but just in a different room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but without the doctor around,
Yeah.
they're actually like
Yeah, so
opening
it's
up.
unfiltered. Yeah.
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 Berto is such a terrible nickname.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
Let's call him Bert.
Yeah.
On what?
Acting wise for all the kids, let's see. I'm gonna rank them real fast here. I put Maisie Williams at the top,
Mm-hmm.
then Charlie Heaton, then Anya, then Roberto, then Danny.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think it's a great performance from Danny's actress in this. I like her as the character. And you can tell it's just early for her. This is one of her early movies, and I'm not necessarily holding that against her to be mean.
I don't think anyone in
saying.
here is bad. Is like objectively bad. Though.
Mhm.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. It's just obvious to me more than
I think it might just be how the role is written. You know, you gotta. And they ask Ileana, "Why are you here?" And she says, "Because I killed 18 people."
Yeah.
And
She's
he's
like,
"Yup."
yeah, dog. She fucking killed 18 people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and look, Reyes does know what
Yeah,
what
she-
addicts are.
She does
Fucking
have a
obviously.
camera in your Scooby Doo hideout.
Yeah. Again, another fun cut.
Yeah. What did I say about playing KGB?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sam's asking, Dr. Ace offered, if you do,
I don't want to be an
here,
X-Men.
Yeah, you could go to my boss's facility. And Charlie Heaton's like, but what if I just want to go home? And Dr. Ace isn't really having any of it.
So Sam is pushing up against the route of not therapy, but route to rehabilitation. He doesn't sit well with him.
So, yep. When do I know I'm better? And Dr. Ace is like, when I say you're better.
Sam does not like that answer.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Because he shouldn't.
Nope.
And we
There's
see
a lot
that
of-
something is on Ilyana's mind.
Yep. There's a lot of classic magic haircuts that they keep giving
Yeah.
giving Anya too.
I know
Yes.
it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, like they're all bonkers, but they're all.
She's got like K-pop lady hair.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. As the gang is Scooby-Dooing it around the corner to see that Dr. Reyes is asleep because they drugged her tea.
Mm.
Yep.
And now they're just doing this is like the Breakfast Club partying in the library
Yep.
montage. I've done that with the wheelchair, where they just put people in a wheelchair and then just like, all right, we're gonna push you down the hall very very fast.
Yeah.
So
And see what happens.
Danny and Rain clearly bonding hard.
Yep.
Berto and I forget his fucking Sam.
Yeah.
Just chumming around. Ileana's put on like the what is that? Like the
Lab
doctor's
coat.
jacket? Yeah,
Yeah.
lab coat. Yeah, lab coat. She's just imitating Dr. Reyes.
Yeah.
Making
Yep.
fun of her.
Yeah, so Berto does the Professor X hand
Temple touch.
thing,
Yeah.
temple
Yeah.
touch. It's like, oh yeah.
So Maisie says, I wouldn't mind being X-Men, and Ileana says, why would they need a dog?
And she doesn't really rise to her jest. She just throws popcorn at her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, Rain is very over her.
Yeah.
I do like the fun sequence they have there, just because there's nothing to do here,
Yeah.
so they're just finding dumb stuff to do.
Yeah.
They've got to lean on each other.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I think that part of that little fun sequence was in the trailer for this. I can't remember.
I think you're right.
Or the why would we want to be X-Men? I think maybe was a line from the trailer or something like that. All the Buffy DVDs that are on the
Yeah.
shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Berto and Sam just kind of hanging out. Talking deep.
Yeah. Just dudes being bros.
Yeah, man. I'm disappointed, James. I didn't know that there was potentially a trilogy to come out of this.
Yeah.
Because when I finished this movie, I was like, you know what? I kind of wish this was just a limited like miniseries almost.
There's something about this movie that grabs me, and I because it's a very slow movie.
Yeah,
like
nothing has really happened.
No, it is.
We're
there's
40
people just
fucking
talking.
minutes in.
People just talking and talking about trauma.
And I think that's why one of the things that grabs me here, like, it is character driven,
And I love that.
And I think that's what sets it apart.
Yeah.
It's character driven instead of being driven being way too focused on like, hey, look at everyone's powers.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, here, look at these complex people.
Yeah, who have powers.
Who have powers, exactly. So Sam's kind of being like, hey man, Roberto, what did you do?
And he's like, hey, I can't open up and you can't not open up. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
Aw.
You're breaking bro code.
Yeah.
Maisie Williams comes out of the laundry chute?
And then he's like,
HVAC
all right, I gotta look cute,
Yep,
gotta fix my shirt and my pants.
Yep.
Taking the girl I'm sweet on in my favorite spot,
Yeah.
So Rain is saying that she gets through the vents just fine, the whole HVAC system.
Yeah. There was when Danny first woke up, there was a brief overhead shot of the vents, and you could see what we now know to be Rain, who was peering in through the vents.
With eyes that do not look like her current eyes.
Correct.
Different eyes.
If you notice too that the headstones just have numbers on them. Do you see that? Like they're in front of headstone 137 right now.
Yeah.
This was cool.
Yeah, this is cool.
I thought this was so cool.
So they're lying on the grass in the cemetery, looking up at the night sky, and it's raining. But because of the force field, all the raindrops are causing these little orange ripples in the force field. It's it's quite pretty.
It's a really, really cool idea.
Yeah. So, more talking about bodies are cages and da-da-da-da-da. But
So we're getting some background on Danny's beliefs. Your body's a prison kind of, and when you die, it sets your soul free.
Which is in contrast to much of what Rain has been talking about.
yeah,
Right,
Rain's
right.
spirituality.
Is very concentrated on punishment and hell.
Mm-hmm. So we see Roberto looking at a phone of him and a woman.
Like on a beach somewheres and sunny beach. Son of Beach.
Son of Beach.
You guys remember that show, Son of the Beach? I never watched it.
Name sounds familiar, but
Yeah, it does sound
I
familiar.
don't
I want
think I
to
ever
say it
saw
was like with Chris Titus or something. I don't fucking remember.
I know there was a Titus show, but
And Roberto,
Hearing someone's voice
Yep.
singing, and it was Liliana.
Yep.
She's in the pool.
this gives me big It Follows
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
or
Wonderful movie if you haven't seen it.
it follows The Faculty.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I gotta rewatch that, man. I was thinking about that the other day. Huh.
I have a copy on DVD.
Hmm.
I want it to. I thought about doing that for the podcast.
Okay. All right, Gary. So, Ileana's, kind of jabbing him a bit. Come on in the pool, virgin.
Yeah.
Roberto's got down to his undies.
Roberto is a strong, fit man.
He is. Dude's doing all right. Force field looks super cool with all the rain
Nice
on it.
amber glow on the shot.
I very much appreciate that this movie explores this relationship.
Yeah. I mean, since these two met, you could kind of tell it was coming.
Yep.
Like, these two have been giving each other puppy dog eyes for what are we getting now? 40 minutes of this movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. She's up on one elbow. She's gonna make a move.
Ah, they're both on elbows.
Elbows.
Sparks flying everywhere.
More sparks down here than above in the rainstorm.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey. So this is like
And
this
they
is
kiss.
then they kiss.
Nice romantic
This
kiss.
is a believable
Yes.
exploratory relationship.
Yep.
And just yeah.
I was
her eyes
Raiden's
change.
Yep.
eyes
Her eyes
change.
change.
Yep.
Like it
Yeah.
like it feels real because of the chemistry these two actresses have
Yes.
on screen.
Yep.
So like it doesn't feel forced, doesn't feel shoot
No.
in. So this is,
And
their first time with, smooching or whatever, or
Yeah.
for Rain smooching anybody. So,
Yeah. And that like that line, I think because we've been with these characters, like that line feels real
Mhm.
and like caring.
Yeah.
Which line?
When she's like, "I've never done this with anyone."
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So Ilyana and Berto
Making out in the
are
pool.
making out, and he's literally starting to steam.
Sizzle. Yeah.
Yep.
So Ilyana's like, come on, isn't this what you want? So she's trying to pry out of him, what's your power?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not what's your power necessarily,
Like,
but
what's your
happened?
Yeah.
what's your trauma?
What's your
What's
trauma?
Yep.
Name that trauma.
Yeah. So, Berto killed his girlfriend with his hands because he was too hot.
Damn. And Ilyana's
That's
saying,
like that line of "you can't burn me, you won't hurt me" is like the most sincere we've seen the character
Yeah.
been. Although I'm not sure if, as a soon reveal, if that's really her. But
so Ilyana kind of dives underwater. It's very dark. There are no lights now in the pool. It's really just moonlight.
Yep.
yeah, and according to the speakers, she's not there.
Nope.
She's in her
Oh, the
room.
cameras. The cameras.
Yeah, the cameras say that she's not there. She's in her room drawing on the walls or whatever.
Yep.
So which one is real? The one in the pool is spooky. Spooky hand coming out
It's
of the
a
water.
burned hand.
It is burnt.
Still smoking.
It's Crispin from Time
Yep.
Splitters.
The little charcoal marks on his back.
I fucking
Yeah.
love that. Just this
Yeah.
crispy corpse coming out of the water.
Yeah,
Like
That
sets
igniting
ablaze.
like that.
yeah. So
It's his girlfriend.
Yep. So it's Berto's flaming girlfriend.
The proportions seem to be a little elongated, which I think does it well, or I mean, makes it look very otherworldly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so the girl's out in the cemetery like, shit, Berto. The alarm is wailing. It has woken up Dr. Reyes.
Yep.
Reyes.
The damn kids roofied me again.
Yeah.
Roofie doobie doo.
She runs like a doofus.
Lift those knees. Lift those knees.
Yeah, she doesn't do any lifting. She, the way that she runs is she just takes shorter steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Sure.
I don't know if she's in heels or something, but
Yeah.
and they show him and he is just ignited.
Yeah.
yeah.
Kind
Look-
of Human Torch like,
Yeah.
but
Looks
appears
really
to be painful.
Yeah.
I like the Dr. Reyes just
Pushes him into the pool.
He looks great. The effect looks
yeah,
really
it looks
good.
cool.
And then
And
like
then-
half the pool evaporates and everyone dies from chlorine gas inhalation.
Yeah.
Yep. So Ilyana shows up like, hey, what happened here? And
Yeah.
Roberto's like, wait a minute.
And he's like, I can't believe it. And
How did he get your phone?
I think he just kind of like, she's like, I was distracted by a naked half naked boy.
So Berto's getting a little physical with Dr. Reyes to like, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Quick question. Why is the lady who can teleport trapped inside here?
It might be like the Nightcrawler thing where it's only like a short distance or whatever.
Well, I mean,
don't
she
know.
can find the edge. She watched Danny bump into it.
Yeah, true,
It could be
true.
the nature of her power.
Sure,
sure,
You
sure.
can't teleport through it, right?
Don't try to logic X-Men powers.
I know. I'm just saying. No, back to solitary for Anya. Anya Ilyana.
Yep. Back in the box for you.
Yep. And Reyes locks the facility down, and all of a sudden
Again
it
with the
becomes
voice command.
Very sinister.
very sinister.
Open your mind.
So they're in like Dr. Reyes' office, like a personal office now, right?
Yeah.
Yep. With some high-tech looking stuff.
Yep. Danny's in a comfy chair. She's not restrained, I don't think. No, she's
No.
not restrained.
Yep.
Got an arm gadget on, an IV.
And then,
And a Sony Handycam.
yep.
The Handycam can.
The Handycam can, because it detects your omega level, and then Sinister says you have to die.
What's with that giant pin on Dr. Reyes? Do we learn about that, or is it just...
Yes, we do.
We do.
I think it's later,
Yeah.
Mm.
but we do figure out what that is.
So now Dr. Reyes is admitting, we both know this wasn't a tornado that destroyed your town.
Yep.
I do like the quick little shots to the Handycam's point of view.
Yeah.
Like it's a little thermal imaging or
No,
whatever?
no. When it looks like it's
Through the
Oh,
camera.
I
through
see.
the, through
Yeah,
the
yeah.
lens of
Yeah.
of the camera.
It's yeah,
That,
like this.
yeah.
I just like the way this movie's shot a lot of the time.
Yeah. Now we see other things that have happened at the facility.
Yep.
So presumably other memories from others
Yes.
Yeah.
Danny's seeing. So,
Mutants doing combat-y stuff, and they can hit with shock sticks.
Yep.
So Ilyana's door to her cell, because it's not really a room, just creaked open. And there's a painting of a smiling man, and it
It's
starts to droop.
so creepy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cool. And Maisie's in the shower.
Yep. And now things just... This is where the movie, I think, like, changes gears
It
for
does.
the rest of the movie.
Yep. I actually the shot of Maisie of Rain being in the shower, I kind of like that they cut back to her being there again, because it feels like that's a place she goes to often.
Yeah.
because
Make sure it's safe there.
Yeah.
There's no cameras.
And that's why it feels so devastating, I think, when
She has that
sees
space violated.
when the priest shows up.
And his left side of his face is hamburger.
Mhm.
Yep.
He's
So
got
this guy's-
the brand.
Yep, a
Yep.
glowing red brand.
So Danny's getting all loopy, and then, like, spooky shit's happening around the...
Around
around
facility.
the facility, yep.
Yep.
God, that guy looks fucking horrifying.
Yep.
So all the shower heads start shooting out steam now.
Yep.
And now Rain starts to transform,
Yep.
and the priest brands her again.
Yep.
Yep.
And it's real. It's not just like,
She's not imagining it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love how that
Kind of
shot.
like with the zombie in the pool. It's like, okay, maybe that was like a mental
hallucination,
projection,
yeah,
hallucination thing. But it's
Yep.
like, nope.
Like, no,
That
them's
girl
real.
was branded again.
Yep.
And I like how it's shot with Rain being branded, like as he's bearing down on her and the steam surrounds him. It's a cool shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then you see the wolf come out,
Yep.
which figured out.
Figured out.
Explain something from earlier.
Yeah.
Turns back into Rain, and she's got a fresh brand on her neck.
Yeah.
And it's,
Yep. But Ilya
figures it out.
Ilyana's mad. Back to
Yep.
armor arm.
Makes a little portal of hell
Yep.
or limbo or whatever.
Yep.
So then
Limbo.
we see what happened to Ilyana.
Oh, and Dr. Reyes injects Ilyana immediately.
Neck drugs.
Nick drugs. Protect your neck.
Yeah.
So Ilyana says she's in our heads. She'll kill us all. She being Danny in this case.
Yep. Yeah, I like the cut to Limbo is cool.
Yep.
And Ileana drops Lockheed as she's drugged and dragged away.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Creepy rolling crayons. So here we see Ileana drawing herself as a child,
Surrounded by
smiling men.
Yep.
And Danny has let herself into Ileana's room.
The placement of this scene feels weird right after that confrontation. It's like, hey, I know you try to kill me.
Yeah, it feels like maybe there could have been a little bit more before they circle back to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like tonally, it's a very abrupt transition in comparison with the rest of it, which has kind of had this natural kind of like, okay, I can see how these scenes progress. I mean, obviously she's woken up from being tranked, so some time has passed, but...
And she's returned to Lockheed to Ileana.
Yeah.
So we're learning that Ileana would take Lockheed and go to that special place, Limbo, the other dimension.
Yeah.
It was an escape for them.
But it's I mean, it's all but pretty obvious she was, child sex slave.
Mm-hmm.
And from the tattoos you can see in the smiling men, it was from Russian mob.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, never knew their names. They're all the same. They're always just smiling men. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's a tasteful way of handling this subject without, like, clearly stating what it is.
As far as subject matter goes, this is one of the most mature, like, superhero movies that's been out.
Mm-hmm.
It just it handles a lot of stuff of trauma very well.
Yeah.
Like you just said, tasteful, Max. Like it's a, yeah. There's because the symbols on the screen right there too. You can see it. Of her.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
in
in the background. Yeah.
yeah.
So the analysis report says terminate subject after collecting more DNA samples. So, and then I think when she exits it out, it says what it is. Because at this point you're like, okay, this is not Professor X.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when it changes all of a sudden.
Yeah, Essex Corporation.
Yep.
So, Essex Corporation. So in X-Men, there's a character called Mr. Sinister who was like, what if there was a Victorian geneticist who was like, vivisections are not enough?
Yeah.
And then Apocalypse is like, okay, here you go, have some powers.
Yep.
And then he just becomes a bad guy
Yes.
who is like weirdly horny for the Scott Summers bloodline.
So Danny's starting to feel bad, kind of realizing that she's the problem.
Yeah. So it feels like this scene should have been before the Ileana thing, because
Yeah.
it
agree.
makes
Just
it would
swap
make more
them.
sense for
Yep.
her to go see Rain
Rain
before.
Yep.
I would have liked that flow better. I agree.
Yep. And now there's a W, but it looks like an M also.
Yeah, mutant. Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't catch that first time. Yeah.
Yep.
So Danny's sharing that she saw a bunch of crazy stuff in Dr. Reyes' office. So Danny thinks she saw she saw the place where they go to, if they leave this place, and it ain't good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So now she's being mature and like,
Oh God, sorry.
I'm going to put myself through this because I need to figure out what's going
I
on.
need more
Yep.
information.
Yep.
And Rain's like, shit, dog. Damn.
uses the line that she said earlier to her.
Yep.
Nice little throwback. Good stuff here.
Cute, believable relationship.
Yep. That wound looks really painful.
It looks
Yes.
real bad.
God.
So Rain tries to weasel her way in,
Yep.
talking
Yep.
to the doc.
Believable.
Attempt.
interjection. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Danny's on a stretcher being wheeled through a very creepy hallway.
Part of the facility it feels like we haven't been to before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did. We were told that this is a very old facility and such, but definitely right into a more decrepit version of the facility.
Yep.
More Buffy on TV.
Yeah.
We're back in the common room here. Ileana's still drawing. Rain's on the couch next to Sam.
I like the little twitchings of Lockheed in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So there's some singing coming from the hallway.
Yep.
Perhaps music.
Ayana looking very concerned by developments.
Yep.
If I knew more about Buffy, I'd be able to interpret the significance of the scene that was just happening.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure is, very much
On purpose.
on purpose.
So Dr. Ray's her big thing is metaphors.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now she's talking about family dog got feral, bit somebody.
I'm gonna shoot you up with Ecto Cooler.
Oh, do it right in my veins. Love me some Ecto Cooler. It's like the merchant in the prison of Latria in Demon Souls.
It is.
So everything's starting to crumble and decay around the.
Yep. It cuts back to her as a child.
So Ileana and Sam have walked into young Ileana's room. And this is a memory that Ileana did not want to remember.
Yep. And her line of "No, I buried this," right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Creature design is
Faceless, but,
awesome.
all she remembers are the smiles and, demonic features of their pointy nails and teeth and very obvious gang tattoos.
Yeah.
So Sam says he's not real. He's not real.
And
It's
yet,
a neat little design.
Yeah, I like it. And they kind of move like zombies.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
It's kind of shambling. All right, back to Danny and Dr. Reyes. In the surgical theater or whatever room
Yep.
they're in here.
Yep.
I kind of like this because it feels like Dr. Reyes is trying to talk herself into it. a bit.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's clear that she doesn't want to, but she's like, well, I got to do it.
Still
Yeah.
gonna do
Yep.
it, yeah. Rain's like, to the vents!
Yep.
That part's kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
The transformation doesn't look great, and the sniff is a little much.
Yep.
Yeah.
And suddenly,
But the makeup is practical. It's not just CGI hair.
Yeah. Smiling men have caught up with Sam and Ileana.
yep. And they're coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
Sam's got the fire extinguisher, and he's beating one of them down.
I like that Roberto has his headphones on and is just
Just
As
happily.
he's washing a cast iron pan with soap and water like a goddamn heathen.
He's a rich kid. He doesn't get that part.
Yeah.
Smiling man pays dearly for sneaking up on him in the kitchen.
no touching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No touch it. So Dr. Reyes telling Danny here,
Yep.
she's the most powerful mutant they've ever had.
And, yep. Ecto Cooler.
There it goes. Give me that Ecto. So Dr. Reyes looks up. Hua.
Yeah.
Ah! Angry girl in vent.
And she just...
Rain just claws her fucking face up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and her button fell off.
Yep.
Her Essex button.
Yeah.
So Rain got stabbed in the leg with a scalpel. It can't be fun.
Yeah.
I assume it's a sharp pain. So Rain's trying to wake up Danny here.
Yep.
I like how they went for like almost like a Lon Chaney Wolfman
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah. Yep. And her hair kind of looks similarly too, right?
Yeah.
So Dr. Reyes sees the kids and they're like, hey, help us. And she just runs away.
Yep.
Probably in
those
part
guys are
because of
so
this.
suitably creepy.
Yeah.
Yep. God, these guys are so awful.
Yeah. Sam's like, use your powers, man.
So Tough Girl is, paralyzed with fear. Yeah.
And she runs.
Yep.
Sam, when she teleports, oh, seriously?
Yeah.
All right, so Sam clearly getting ready to do his thing that he can't control very well.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like he's the most like reluctant to use his powers
Yep.
of all the people.
The cut right there is so cool that he
Yeah.
just runs through them,
Yeah.
and they're
They're just in bits.
in bits on the ground.
Yeah.
He just went literally through them.
Yes.
All right, so Sam and Roberto teamed up.
Yep.
Oh,
Bro Force.
This is a
More
great
of
shot
them.
of them.
Yep.
So Yana comes back through a portal with a sword.
And just annihilates these assholes.
Yep.
Little lightsaber claymore.
Yeah.
They have not done the reveal with her puppet yet, though.
No,
Hmm.
That's coming.
This is the point where I'm like, wait, there's still 20 minutes left of this movie?
Hmm.
'Cause this
Yeah.
very much feels like, we're coming to the conclusion.
Hmm.
Yep.
So the kids are back in Reyes' office. Ileana's looking at her own file.
So they've got psych evaluations on all of them,
Hmm.
being like, oh yeah, the angry Russian girl will be a great assassin.
She's homicidal.
And the group's like, yeah, no surprises there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yep.
That all tracks. Nothing strange so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the kids figured out, like, we're not X-Men trainees, we're assassin trainees, so.
So they're like, well, time to rally. We can get out.
Yep.
Through the power of friendship.
Yes.
Earth, fire, wind,
Bears.
water, bears.
That's pretty close to what they all do.
Yeah, it is. They very quickly are like, well,
Time to kill.
time to die.
Yep.
Yep. I hope you
Had a nice
Dude.
flight.
because
Doop.
Time to
Doo, 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 doo.
similarly Reyes is like, well, I'm done too.
Yep.
Yep.
I need to get in one more speech.
Yep.
Reyes really struggling through her speech here. She's wounded pretty badly.
Yep.
Pretty badly.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Reyes on the floor. Bleeding a lot.
Yeah, like a lot more blood in this than I was expecting.
Yeah.
My superiors.
Is that from like her hind legs, presumably? Like when she came down,
where did
like
that
wolf
injury
form?
come from?
I think that's what happened. I think she got her with her back claws.
Maybe, yeah. We were watching the front ones, not the back
Yeah.
ones.
Yep.
That's how they get you.
His hand is halfway through the shield.
Yeah.
So Reyes puts everyone in their own tiny little individual bubble.
Yep.
Danny needs to be put down, she says. So, still trying to finish that part of her orders.
Yep.
Yep.
Villain monologue.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So Danny takes your greatest fear and makes it real.
Sly dog, you got me monologuing.
So I guess that's why Danny saw all the people who had been at this facility beforehand, in the sense that Reyes fears failure or what she's had to do for as being part of this facility, I guess. So maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Reyes is trying to kill Danny by just shrinking her bubble.
Yep.
You're about to see your father again, she says. Not nice ladies.
Yep. So all the cameras are going out. See perimeter breach. We're just like, oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Heavy thump.
Until the heavy thump in the snow happens, I was like, I wonder
Did
what-
the X-Men
did
show
the
up?
X-Men show up? Yeah, that was like,
No, something kind of much cooler and I guess unexpected.
yep.
Like Bear comes in, Bear
just
eats Dr. Reyes.
Eats Dr. Reyes.
Immediately.
Yeah. And she screams
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah, that's
time.
brutal.
She gets, tossed around and she's being chomped.
Yeah.
And this one, it was like, wait, there's still 20 minutes left in this movie. Because I'm like, no, this is, like, that should be the end. Bear shows up,
Eats
Bear
Doctor.
eats Doctor,
Everybody goes
kids
home.
escape.
Yes.
It's coming back for more.
I like the design of the bear.
Yeah. It's just
Good work, God.
big-ass bear.
Yep. Thanks, Ryan. I do like the design of real life bears.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just-
bears are pretty cool.
Just infinitely powerful, have no idea that they are.
Yeah.
Like that video of a guy's door just being kicked in and the bear's like, oh, hey.
Hello.
Hello, yeah. Like a cabin.
All right, so Ilyana volunteers to fight the bear.
Yeah. So Magic says stuff in Latin and
Yep.
is going into Hell Portal because it looks cool.
It
and we're
does.
in Act 3 and it's a superhero movie.
Yep.
We get a very, very slow armor up sequence, which the transformation sequence looks pretty cool.
Yeah. It does.
It's very bismuth-y in the way that the crystals are formed
Yeah.
and such.
It's magic.
Yep.
So am I.
That feels like a studio
Yeah.
Yeah.
edit because it does not fit with the aesthetic of the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Although I can see them trying to give her like a badass moment.
Yeah.
And
now
then
we see, Lockheed as a little
Lockheed is
dragon.
real now. He's a little dragon,
He's a little purple dragon.
which is a fun
Yeah.
little jump.
Yeah.
Again,
Bear's
the bear
all
design
smoky.
is so cool.
Smokey the bear.
Yeah, it's like a cloud
Spooky the
Yeah.
with basically a head and limbs.
It's like, what if you fought a bear in Dark Souls?
bear. And it's got glowy red eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's a From Software bear.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure there's bears in Elden Ring.
Yeah, probably. You can't even run?
Yeah.
I think he's just afraid to touch other people.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Just gonna throw her off the top of the.
That'll solve this.
So the
Bears-
rest of the group has retreated to the church.
Bears can't get.
Bears
in
can't
churches.
open doors.
Yeah.
I do not believe Maisie Williams could carry that woman.
So Maisie's telling herself demons can't come in churches. She believes they're safe in there.
And the bear then sees Sam and is like, "Hey, buddy."
I've watched Hellraiser 3. Demons can definitely come in churches.
I do like that Maisie still, or that
Is
Rain
a
still-
devout Catholic.
is still turning to like her faith at this
Yeah.
in this moment.
Or maybe she's Protestant. I don't know. She's still a devout person of Christian
yeah.
faith. Yeah.
No, it just like it's a cornerstone of her character.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's a distinct character feature.
So the bear chomps off the top of the confessional booth.
Yep. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
she'd be Catholic if she's giving confession.
Yeah. Maybe she's Irish. I don't know.
Well, the bear's just tearing it apart.
Knocks out the tooth of the bear, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah, so Sam ricocheted off the bear's face and sent one of its teeth flying. He's like Sonic the Hedgehog, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kind of is.
Except purple instead of blue.
Yep. As if you smashed Knuckles and Sonic together.
Demon bear.
Demon bear!
Hey, demon bear!
Attention. Demon bear. Are you okay?
So Danny's subconscious can hear Rain.
Yep.
She's running around in Dream Snowy World now.
As someone who has been knocked unconscious, this is not how it works.
I like that. What are you doing? Hiding. The same thing you're doing.
Yeah. The cuts to Limbo are a
when he hits her with the
great
sword.
scene.
Yeah. Neat little transition. You save yourself teleport
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Uh-oh, Lockheed's down. Gotta wait 30 seconds until they revive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sam tells Birdo to nut up.
Yeah.
Becomes legally distinct Human Torch.
Yes. I actually don't know who he is.
Character's name's Sunspot,
That's who it is. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Yep.
which I think like having him be like pitch black with like the red accents of the heat it's a way to have him be, not just Human Torch.
Right, yeah.
Basically Human Torch.
Yeah.
So Danny's following Rain Wolf
Yep.
in her sleep state.
Into the spot where she
Hid at
hid-
the beginning of the movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. When her dad left.
I don't understand why Sunspot's strategy is to turn into Fiery Man and then hit it with
hit it with a pew.
Hit it with a
a
pew. Hit him with a pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yep.
Yeah.
He misunderstood that.
Mm.
So Maisie Williams just leaps onto the bear's face and starts
Yeah.
clawing the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
The bear's like, yeah, I've got bigger claws.
Yeah.
Just eating its way through the choir stands
Mhm.
up
Yep.
there.
Oh, and Danny is visited by her farger.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Her farger. So now we got the obligatory lifting of guilt
Yeah.
from a vision of a dead close one.
Yeah. I mean, everyone else in the movies, I guess, kind of worked through their trauma in a
Mm.
way.
Yep.
Uh,
Not necessarily the most healthy of ways.
no,
but they
no,
have.
I never said it was healthy.
No, but that's what I'm agreeing with. Like, in a way, when you say in a way, like
Yeah.
that is
That is a way.
Yeah.
a way.
Yep, so the bear is chomping, getting much closer to Rain. Oh, and Denny has woken.
Yep.
And Bear's like, but I don't want to stop.
I don't want to stop. Hey, Denny.
Now she's basically telling the bear to, like, you are going to listen to me.
Yeah.
The bear is listening, but
Loosely.
fighting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it's still missing a tooth though.
Yeah. Yep.
Demon bear panting.
Go back and bite Dr. Reyes.
Yeah.
Go chew on her some more.
For a second there, I wanted Burrow to sit up, see the bear, and then lie back.
Lie back down. Yeah,
That's
that would have been great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
Nah, I'm good.
So
Bear's eyes stop burning, and then the light
quite
comes in
so
from the
intensely.
sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now just a big floppy bear.
This is a cool moment.
Yep.
Hey, Danny, why won't you let me eat that prickly Catholic? Oh, now she's putting down the animal like Dr. Reyes' metaphor. Ooh. So Danny takes off her bear necklace.
Go back and live in my necklace now.
Yes.
Time for the genie to go back in the bottle. Bottle, not bottle.
You said what you said, Ryan. It's on record.
Gothic
It's recorded.
asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm like, yeah, cool. We can
Hooray?
not do that again, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should have let her kill you. I didn't say we'd be happy about it.
Yeah.
So Ilyana happy that she did something.
Yep.
Did something.
Berto naked in his shame.
Yep. That's a
Covering
weird
wood with wood.
edit look though. Like the film grain there is odd.
Yeah.
Like it looks like they
Yeah,
CGI'd him into that scene.
it
little
looks
bit.
too phony.
Yeah.
Might be because of the snow, but I don't know.
Yeah, great big phony. So the kids are all outside in some of the rubble. It's daytime now.
Looking at clues.
Yep.
Picture of Danny and her father. Reyes' bloody shoe.
Full of gore and
So
blood.
gross.
Sam still has a little thing of coal.
Yep.
Danny pockets her family photo.
They look properly disheveled.
Yeah, they do.
Not like over the top, like we've been through hell.
No.
You know, but like a little dirty, little, you know.
Yep.
Where'd Berto get his clothes? I guess he's had time to find some.
Yeah.
Well, considering he just throws them away, I mean, he probably has a stack of them.
A ready supply.
Sam chucks the
Yeah.
coal.
He
Throw some
purple
power-
tosses a stone
Yeah.
into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the dome's gone because the dome creator is gone.
The Dome Dame is done.
Yep.
Dome Dame is done. So they're like, oh, closest town is 20 miles away. Let's go and find out if that's true. All right. Play him out to... Excuse me. Play him out to simple minds.
Yeah.
So now we get the Danny's voiceover of the explanation of the two bears again.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're walking as a group about to pass through the gates.
And again,
Hey,
Les Reyes
hey.
and the people at the very beginning. This is the entire cast of the movie.
Right.
Yep.
And some of the like stuff in the flashbacks with the goons
Yeah.
and the kids. But
Yeah,
but, like,
that's seconds.
those aren't characters.
Yeah, that's not
No,
cast.
like that's the cast of the
Yep.
movie.
7 people.
Yeah.
Credits time.
Yep.
With some Bill Sienkiewicz art of Demon Bear.
I like it. I like the art.
Yes.
So, yeah, that was New Mutants.
90-minute.
Tight
Yep.
90 minutes.
So, let's get into View Again, Brew Again. Would we watch this movie again. We drink this beer again. Weird pause though. Executive producer Stan Lee for a movie that came out in 2020, and he died a number of years ago at this point.
I think he just like
In perpetuity.
In perpetuity, or because, like you said, this movie was in development hell
for so long.
So long that he was tied to it before his death.
Seems probable.
Yeah. So Brew again. I'll start this one off. I'll start with Brew again. Yes, definitely. This is one of the best fruit beers I've ever had. The strawberry is phenomenal. It's like the Haribo gummy bear strawberry, which is very tart and flavorful. The rhubarb is great. Definitely, I'm super glad I had this. Just as good on bottle as it is on draft. So definitely, that's New Glarus' strawberry rhubarb. View again. No. I was expecting much, much worse than what we got here, but I want, like you were saying, Ryan or James, maybe both of you, I wanted more from it. Like it's got some good bones to it, but it has the feeling of it's been in development for 6 years. So I think, for being a movie with 7 actors in it, I think it does a lot, but there's not enough that makes me really care about the characters besides, I guess, sort of Danny, because the movie's kind of focused around her. And Dr. Reyes really has no motivation for why she's doing what she's doing. She's just like, I'm a doctor who's being tested by my superiors. And blah, 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 blah.
Oh, voice of the smiling man, Marilyn Manson. Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I think we'll get more into it after we all have our say on it. But initially, soft no, not because I hate it or anything like that. I wasn't dreading getting through it. So, going on the couch there.
Down the couch. I will also start with Brew again. Yes, I think this is phenomenal. I have nothing to add except that this is, I agree, one of the best just fruit beers that I've had. So great job, New Glarus, on this one, and thanks for whoever got this back to us.
Oh, yeah,
James
is drunk.
Yeah, James is drunk.
Woo!
Yeah, super good beer. View again, I am a yes on this one. It is a soft yes. Kind of the other side of Max's comment. Like, I don't love it, but I certainly don't hate it. I do like a lot here. I like a lot of the tone, the suspense portions of it. Yeah, there's stuff I like here for sure. And yeah, very much like you, Max. I was expecting a travesty going into this movie. And it's not that. It really isn't. I like this as much as enough of the current comic book movie stuff that's out there right now. I like how different this is versus what we're used to seeing otherwise right now.
Yeah.
But I'll kind of push off there and pass it on down to James.
Brew again. Yeah, I really like this. The rhubarb, the tartness really helps add something more to this, because a lot of times fruit beers are just like
Sweet
sugar.
Yeah.
And that rhubarb cuts it, which is great. View again. Yes. I put this on like a year ago or whatever it was. Just like I was like, oh, I didn't know this was on streaming. I'll put it on. Thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna put this on like while I'm doing other stuff.
Yeah.
It's background, it's terrible, and it just grabbed me, like honestly grabbed me from the moment it started, because I was like, what is happening? And one of the things that I hit a bunch. It's a 6-person cast. Like I appreciate this movie for what it's trying to do more than what it has done.
Yeah.
If that kind of makes sense. Like, you guys are wanting more, and I'm the same way. Like, once it finished, I was like, oh, are they doing more with this? Because this is an interesting take on looking at X-Men from a movie standpoint. We hadn't seen anything like this before. I like the cast a lot. Like, I do like these. I like the group that they have in here. And just reading about it and kind of reading like, hey, the director wanted to look at X-Men from a horror standpoint. He really liked the Mr. Sinister concept from like a body horror kind of ideal. It's like, okay, this guy actually wanted to take X-Men and look at it through a different lens, which was a really I appreciated that a lot, and felt that this was like a good first run. Like it was almost like a proof of concept in a sense, and they could do more with it once that was done. So from a wanting more, like I'm sad there's not going to be more from that standpoint. But I really, if you were to be like, I'm gonna make imagine like I'm gonna make a superhero movie. I'm going to put characters on screen that most people have no idea who they are. I'm not going to give them any freaking names or show anything except one person who says her actual name.
Yeah.
And it's slow and it's character driven. Like it's clear that this movie didn't hit it hit a really bad time though too. I think this hit like literally right when COVID came out or something like that.
Yeah, it was like August of 2020.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really, this movie pulls me in a lot of ways from just like I like Magic as a character a lot. I really like, so that's part of it. I really like Anya Taylor-Joy too.
Yeah, she's great.
And so I really like this way more than I had, because I was the same as you guys. I was like, oh, this movie's supposed to be a train wreck. I'll watch it. And then I got done with it. I was like, that movie's not a train wreck at all.
Well, I mean, so kind of going to the whole train wreck thing, I feel like when movies, especially superhero movies, are train wrecks, you hear about it immediately online. I remember this movie was announced, but then I heard nothing about it. I mean, obviously, it was at a time when no one was going to the movies, or you had to literally go and rent the theater to go see it.
Yeah.
So maybe, I mean, that's probably why no one heard anything about it. But like, I feel like of all of like the superhero properties, the X-Men are the ones that is most likely to do something experimental as far as like with the format. I mean, even if you think about, they have the bonus of being first to the game as far as like when superhero movies were starting to be a thing again, because they're like, all right, first X-Men movie with Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart, et cetera, et cetera. And then they did 3 of those. Then they did like the Wolverine spin-offs, and then First Class. So First Class was like, oh, prequel, we're going to recast. We're going to again have like minor characters people don't know and recast our 2 main leads for kind of up-and-coming actors at the time. And then you have like Deadpool, which was like a very refreshing movie for when it came out.
Absolutely.
Legion, which I haven't seen, but I've heard nothing but good things about.
It's good. It's very similar to this.
Yeah, like that's kind of like from what I've heard. So, and then this, I mean, this is literally the 13th X-Men franchise film. So like they've been long enough they can do these weird or interesting takes, because at this point, like, what are you going to do?
Well, and like X-Men are wide and deep.
Yeah.
You can have more types of X-Men movies than really anything. I mean,
besides like the core cast.
Yeah, I mean, like look at the Wolverine spinoffs, right? There's 3 individual Wolverine movies.
Logan. I knew there was another one I was forgetting.
And all 3 of them are very different. I mean, I'm not the biggest Logan guy.
Yeah. But like, interesting take, but like still kind of felt like it was playing it safe. It still felt like an X-Men movie or superhero movie, but just kind of like extrapolated along the road it was going.
Even just from a general movie standpoint, I wish more movies would try to push like kind of the boundaries of movies a little bit and go to this, right? I mean, The Lighthouse has 2 people in it. Yeah. Right? Like that's literally a third of the amount of people that are in this movie. But like, this was a widely released film, and it has this small of a cast. It's a horror leaning movie. Like it tries new things, and I will give it a lot of credit for trying new things.
And I would venture a guess that a lot of the hate and bad, online ratings this movie got from viewers, audience members, is that it wasn't what they were expecting. They wanted a Marvel movie. Right, that's probably what a lot of people wanted when they saw this.
Even some of the creators were like, they didn't really like this movie. They're like, they should have done more of like character origin stuff. And it's like, we didn't need First Class again.
No, I don't need that. Like this tells multiple origin stories in a way that is all you need to know.
Yeah,
like the traumas of their origin stories are have happened, and this is them living with the events of that. Like, I'm okay with that.
And when I say I wanted more from this movie, that's like what I mean. Like, I like the characters enough and their interactions with each other enough that I just wanted more of the character drama in this movie. I just wanted more runtime to help flesh that out. I think this movie would have benefited from it, and it's rare for us, especially on this podcast, for me to be like, you know what, I wish that movie was longer.
I don't mean.
But I think
I don't know if I would want it to be longer, but I feel like there are definitely some parts of the movie where it kind of drags. I feel like it's weird to say. I feel like the fight with the bear goes on a little long, or that entire sequence, like the third act feels longer than it needs to be.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's weird when it's a movie this short. I guess.
I just wanted more character stuff.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
And for me, Ryan, that's where I'm the same as you, but instead of needing it in this movie, I would have liked to have seen us just spend more time with the characters just in general. Like you talked about, you said you kind of mentioned that you would have liked to see like a mini-series.
Yeah.
Like I think that's a great idea for something like this, where it's just like, okay, no, this is just like 6 hours.
Right.
It's 6 hour long episodes of what's going on, which is, I mean, kind of what a trilogy leans itself into, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I certainly thought I was walking into a train wreck, and that's why I said before we watched this movie, I was really interested to see what your guys' takes were.
Yeah. I remember you mentioned that you hoped that this would have been the winner of the poll.
Yeah. And part of that honestly was because of one, the kind of the just zeitgeist around the movie, but two, because it was a movie that tried to do something very different, and I was curious to see what you guys thought of that. So,
yeah, and again, I do like they touch on mature themes relative to a comic book movie.
Yeah. Especially for like a PG-13 comic movie.
Exactly. So I respect that.
This movie pushes that PG-13 though.
Yeah. But in a way that like I think also shows like our progression as a society being like, all right, we're more comfortable talking about these themes this
you can talk about
audience.
masturbation in a PG-13
female masturbation in a like, I cannot think of many movies that talk about that are not R-rated or and are done so in a joking way,
right
that or aren't in a sex comedy, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's some some indie films that was Juno R?
That's a good question. Yeah.
That might be like the closest thing to maybe some of the stuff, but even then, that was a while ago.
Yeah, Jesus, 2007.
Yeah.
There it is, PG-13.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that movie made huge waves when it came out.
It did.
I mean, just because of like the way it handled like the subject matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But much better than I expected, gentlemen. Much better than I expected.
Yeah, I don't know if they're making more X-Men stuff. I don't think anything's on the schedule
this
or whatever.
Really makes me want to. This in Doctor Strange, though, I really wanted in the most recent Doctor Strange. I really wanted it to lean more into the horror aspect of stuff. I think it's a much more interesting thing if the comic book movie genre starts to play in different genres. Like, really lean into different genres.
Mm-hmm.
And this one might lean more into horror than Doctor Strange did.
I think it does.
But yeah, I mean, you could go even further. I would have loved an R-rated version of this movie. I don't know. But I would like to see that exploration.
Yeah, I almost wonder if this movie would have been received better. And just even from a general concept point of view, if they would have just said, okay, just make it R.
Yeah.
Right? And kind of just been like, because I feel like when Deadpool got to be R, it changed the expectations of the film.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, there are two different films in that concept, but what if you're like, we're going to make an X-Men horror movie and it gets to be R, you bring a different audience in.
Yeah.
Right. Because there are people that'll be like, I don't see PG-13 horror movies, just as a flat out like, I don't do that.
Yeah.
And then there are also X-Men people that are like, well, if it's they're just be like, well, it's an X-Men movie, I'm just going to go to it.
Yeah.
But if it's like it's an R X-Men movie that's horror leaning, you're gonna change who goes to the movie, right?
Yeah, but I mean, also considering it's because it's a superhero movie, you're also gonna gatekeep off a portion of the audience that would want to otherwise see it. Like parents shouldn't probably take their kids to see a R-rated horror movie.
Yeah. I mean,
or R-rated superhero movie.
As a person who has worked at a theater before,
as
Max,
I said, you should.
I'm going to tell you, Parents don't care a lick about what movies are rated.
Yeah, but I mean, but we know that the PG-13 rating is like kind of a sweet spot for money.
It is.
For money making.
It is for money
Yeah.
making.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and your point's well taken, Max. Like there are going to be people that won't go see it or won't be able to take their kids to it. But like, I think it just for what this movie was trying to do, the R rating probably would have served it better.
Right.
If that makes
like I was
sense.
kind of like I like to think of it kind of like as it's the X-Men Breakfast Club, which like that's an R-rated movie. But it's just because kids are swearing and stuff like that, and they talk about some mature stuff or whatever, and they're smoking pot, whatever. But
Yeah.
it's not leaps and bounds, hard R or
No.
whatever.
No.
Did you guys watch the new season of Stranger Things?
No,
Yes, I did.
Oh,
I have
okay.
not.
We'll talk about that off mic because that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, I was going to say. Nope, holding my comment. Redacted. Don't want to spoil anything for anybody.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that wraps up this episode of Good Brews, Bad Views. Thanks to all our Patreon patrons who voted upon this movie.
Mhm.
On
Good
our
choice this
monthly
time,
poll.
guys.
Yeah.
Woo!
We appreciate your
You're off the
support.
naughty list.
And giving us something enjoyable to watch and not, painstaking. If you want to support future Good Brews, Bad Views endeavors and get our undying gratitude, consider supporting our Patreon at www.patreon.com/goodbrewsbadviews, where you get access to our monthly poll, as well as Max's Musings, our monthly column where I'm talking about whatever the hell I've been watching. I did Shoresy for July, which I enjoyed that way more than I thought I was going to. I will even say it's better than some recent seasons of Letterkenny. So, and I'm not alone in thinking that from what people are saying in our Discord. Also, check out our Discord. Links to that on our Twitter page. Good Brews Bad Views is available on all social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, searching at GBBV Podcast. Send us all your hate mail at goodbrewsbadviews@gmail.com. If you have not already, please leave us a rating and review on your podcasting catcher app of choice. Helps people find us through the magic of the algorithm, or instead use the palgorithm.
Algorithm.
Yep. Trademark Ryan Everett. Just tell some friends about us, and then they'll find us and have a good time, or not have a good time, and then you can laugh at them for whatever reasons why. But in the end, it'll all be a good time. And as always, please watch
And drink.
Bear responsibly.
Adios. Bye-bye.
Bye.